was your favorite Hallmark star to work with during the
Ooh,
challenges for this season?
Melissa Peterman.
thank
Who?
you. And it took a long enough, didn't it,
And
for them to
and
answer
and
that?
Jonathan too.
Hi, I'm Kristen Maldonado from Pop Culture Planet. Jonathan, always good
Oh,
to see
hi.
you.
Yeah.
And Gabe and Davey, great to meet
Up.
you.
Hi.
Great
These
to
are the
meet you
boys.
too.
Melissa, it's great to talk with you, and I'm so excited to chat with the New York guys of Finding Mr.
Oh
Christmas,
yeah.
Oh,
Long
The New
Island.
Let's go.
Yorkers, how you doing?
I'm also Long Island, so I was like, yeah.
All American.
Oh yeah, delicious, delicious
Best burger spot
burgers.
out. What a small world.
it is
You're
a
the
small
second
world.
Long Island person now in the last 10 minutes.
I mean,
Third, including
we're
me.
out here, you know, we're
We're
working
out
hard.
here. We're
You
out
guys are
here.
killing it. Season one of Finding Mr. Christmas, it really captured all of our hearts. How
Mhm.
does the competition evolve for this season?
I mean, I say for the season 2 of Finding Mr. Christmas, the hunks are hunkier, the challenges are bolder, and the acting is even more elevated.
I think that they had the luxury of getting to see that first season and sort of have at least a playbook of what the format of the show is. But I feel like even watching it, they can't really prepare for it. But they came in, and I hope what they learned is that they have to come in and just be yourself because anything else doesn't matter. You just have to be. No one else can be Craig. No one else can be Jake. So just you have to be yourself. But I don't know. I don't think they came in calculated. Even if they sort of thought they knew that I've got to do this, we immediately throw enough challenges and things at them that is stripped away. Like you think that you're like, oh, I've got to show this or do this. We set it up that we immediately can suss that out and it's gone. Like we really, in a good way, try to go, nope, nope, nope. We need to see you and who you are. And that happens very quickly, which
Okay.
is what we need. And that's what we want from the show is we want to know who these guys really are. Yes, we want to know what they can do on in a scene, what they are as an actor, but ultimately to be a Hallmark leading man, we need to see the essence of the guy and who he is and his heart.
I love that. Well, speaking of the challenges, I want to hear a little bit about those.
In season 2, I created challenges that are going to push the guys even farther than we did in season 1 because as a Hallmark leading man, you have to be prepared for anything. And so episode 1, I put them on skis and make them ski down a hill while doing a scene with Janelle Parrish. How was that, guys?
Davey hasn't skied before. So.
Oh, yes, that's right.
He has now.
As
Yes.
a viewer of season 1, I kind of had like an inkling of like what to
Yeah.
expect, and it kind of took it much farther than that.
Uh-huh.
Starting off with a bang with our very first acting experience, and I was on a pair of skis. I've never been on skis in my life.
Never acted before.
I've never acted before. I didn't know what blocking was.
Didn't know what blocking was.
And then you have this 4-page script that I thought was actually 2 separate scripts that I was going to hand one to my partner. And I'm like, this thing is 4
I
pages.
know, I thought that too. Sorry.
Wait a sec. And so I had this like hit the panic button immediately, like,
Yeah.
do I belong here?
Of course
And I
you
think
do.
we all had that inner dialogue
Mhm.
with ourselves at some point during the show. For me, it was right off the bat.
And all after we got rained on too.
Yeah, and while it was raining. So they were doing it. So how are the challenges for you, Gabe?
The challenges were really creative, and I think that they bring the best out of each one of us. But obviously, you have to dig deep in order to win anything.
Yeah.
Like
They're so
everybody's gonna bring it.
multifaceted, you know.
Yeah.
Like, some of them have more of a psychological component
Yep.
because they're very physically oriented. I like those ones better.
Yeah.
Uh,
The guys who are, yeah, of course they do, because
But-
they're hunky.
but yeah, you can expect the unexpected. That's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
For you guys, Gabe and Davey, since this is like a bit newer for you, what made you want to be Mr. Christmas? What made you audition for this? And also, what kind of strategy did you have? I know you both knew each other ahead of time as well, so did that help you in any way?
I feel like growing up, I've always had this sense of like this narrative in my head. If your life was a movie, would anybody want to watch it? Kind of a thing.
Ooh.
And if there was an audience watching at that point when I was asked about being on this show, I think they'd be screaming like, do it, So that was probably the impulse that drove me to give it a shot. And then doing it with one of your best friends, like,
Yeah.
like, hey, let's see what this is about. And you can kind of lean on each other a little bit, but immediately it kind of provided a little bit more of a comfort zone that I think a lot of other contestants had because we knew each other and it's a familiar face and an otherwise uncomfortable experience. So
Yeah. Well,
Not
yeah,
that-
obviously being together was like a huge like it shortened the barrier to
Yeah.
go. But I think that there's a huge part of just getting a shot at being a leading role in a Hallmark movie that you just can't deny.
That's
And
right.
also, I think that as a kid, I always watched movies and being like, what if I could be like that person up there? Or you're just like playing with your little action figures as a kid, making scenes and all that stuff. And I think that I kind of just denied myself that possibility my whole life. When in reality, if I just go for it, maybe I could do it, you know?
And you went
And
for
that
it.
gave me a chance when I saw it.
And they had this show that they got to step into and like go for it and chase their dream, you know?
For me, it was just the challenge of something completely new and different than what I've done my whole life, which was basically just football and sports. And when that ended, I've been on the search of trying to find that new thing that fill that gap that's kind of like been missing, you know, that I needed something to go after. And when this opportunity came up, it was something that I did not expect, but I got pushed to do it from my fiance. She's like, you got to do this. So of course I went with it, and I'm so glad I did. Didn't really have a strategy, you know, like what you were mentioning was like, we just had to be ourselves, you know, got to watch the first season and have, you know, a little bit of a playbook. But once you're in it and those lights are on and you're having new challenges and different things thrown at you, new people, that it's just, you gotta figure it out and be your own person. And it was kind of nerve-wracking going into it, not knowing exactly what to expect, but that was part of it. And I wanted to see what I can, you know, how I could come out from it.
I was sitting at home thinking to myself as an actor, what can I do differently to get myself out there? You know, I'm auditioning and booking some cool stuff, don't get me wrong, but we always want the next thing. We always want the next thing. We always want the next thing. So what can I do? What can I do? I'm going to drive down to Studio City, go to the Hallmark building. And I was able to get in. I was able to speak with some people, and they had mentioned that there was a show called Finding Mr. Christmas. I applied, and now I'm sitting here alongside Melissa and Jake.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a great story.
I love that because as an actor, you got to find a way to get yourself in front of the in front of people. You know, and nowadays that there's a lot of different ways to do it. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, because I think I tend to thrive with face-to-face interaction, where auditions these days are just at home on a tape, and you lose exactly what you and I are doing right now, what Melissa and I are doing, what Jake and I are doing, interacting, talking. And I had the chance to do that when I went down there, and it worked, clearly.
All right.
And there's my answer for that question.
I'm just going to drive down to Brad Pitt's house and say hello. I'd like to be in a movie with you. Maybe it'll work.
And the worst he can say is
no, ma'am, get off my property.
And you're in the same spot you were 5 minutes prior.
Exactly.
And let me tell you something, why these guys are the most courageous 10 men in Hollywood. Because I've been an actor for 20 some years. 20,
How long?
we'll say 5 years.
That's a long.
I've been an actor for 5 years in Hollywood. And I've been doing this a very long time. And acting is the most vulnerable thing in the world. It is the most vulnerable thing to walk into a room and audition and put yourself on the line. It is the scariest and most vulnerable profession you can possibly do. Not only is it hard to do, but now these guys did it in front of the whole world for everyone to watch. So it's like they're taking the hardest thing that's the most vulnerable, and then they're making that the most vulnerable it can possibly be. It's like, we're not asking you to audition. We're asking you to audition in front of 70 million people who watch Hallmark every month. You're going to now, the world is going to watch you do it. It's like when I went on Dancing with the Stars. I learned that I wasn't a good dancer in front of 25 million people at the time on live national television. So like, to do this, actors are courageous, but my 10 boys are the most courageous of the courageous.
What is your dream Hallmark co-star to work with in a Christmas movie?
Number one, like Hallmark star that I would want to work with. There are so many. Let me just pull one off the top of my head. Lacey's just like, she is Hallmark. So, you know, to work with
Like Tyler Hines would be awesome
on a
you know,
project.
it's just, you know, they've been in so many great things. You know, it's just and they've, you know, like you said, they are Hallmark. They are Christmas, and you know that's it would be pretty fun to be able to co-star with someone like that.
If you're working alongside one of the two of them, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Well, Lacey, I will give you. I've met them both and know them and worked with Lacey, and yes, she's the best, the greatest, the nicest, the best ever.
I believe it.
Like you said, the winner doesn't just get bragging rights. They get to star in a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Correct.
What can you tease about the project that the person who wins gets to star in?
They don't like to tell me a lot because they know I spill to all of my Hallmark fans out there. So I really don't know enough about the project. I think I do know that it is in the can. And I believe that everyone's very happy with it. That's all I know.
I can tell you, one of these guys might be Mr. Christmas. You know, I might have Mr. Christmas sitting on my right or my left. I don't know that. I do, but I'm not going to tell you. But here's the thing. That's the fun of the show. Like, you're going to tune in every week and your favorite is going to change from week to week on who you think Mr. Christmas is. And I think that's what's fun about the show. Like, you don't know who it is from the beginning. It will change. Your opinion will change over time because that's how we design the show for the viewer. Like, who's it going to be? Could be one of these guys. We don't know. But the winner's movie is very good. I can't say anything about it.
Okay, so since you can't tell us about their movie, can you tell us about your movie, A
Yes, I
Keller
can.
Christmas Vacation, which I know is inspired by some of your own family
Yes,
vacation?
so I'm so excited about my new movie, A Keller Christmas Vacation. It is a show that I helped write and produce and create. It's basically me, Brandon Routh, who is Superman to everyone, and Eden Scher, who is Sue from the Middle, who is like my favorite character on TV. The three of us play siblings that don't get along. And my dad would take me and my brother and sister on a houseboat trip every Labor Day because he's like, if I put you on a boat, then you have to talk to each other. Because me and my brothers and sister are like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to hang out with Lisa. And so like my dad would force us to go on this houseboat trip because he's like, if you're on the boat, you can't go anywhere. You have to hang out with your brother and sister and talk.
Did you get the audition for this? 'Cause I never
Did you
got
get? You didn't get the audition for it? Okay. I shot it already. That's the problem. Otherwise, you'd be both playing my brothers.
Yeah.
It's a movie. Yes, it's a movie about these siblings that don't get along, and they go on a river cruise in Vienna, Austria, with their family, and they're forced to get along, and it's hilarious and over the top and ridiculous, and it's one of my favorite movies because it's based on my real life.
I cannot wait. I love that you're, moving, not just from acting, but into producing and writing. And I mean, you created this show and
Groomsmen trilogy I created.
trilogy.
A
So
Holiday Sitter, first gay-led rom-com and a Christmas movie.
basically, you own Hallmark right now.
He says he uses ChatGPT.
I use ChatGPT for all of it.
It's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's impressive. Here's the thing. You have to create work for yourself. It is 2025 and the industry is insane. And so the reason I create all these is because I like to work. And if I love what I do, and if I create the jobs for myself, then I'll keep working.
You do have another movie yourself. You're stepping out of, the Christmas realm to get into spooky season with Call Out the Halloween. So what was it like switching gears?
The most fun ever because we take the characters that we love from Hall at the Holly and Hall at the Holly Lit Up, and that cul-de-sac, that HOA, we just give them a new holiday to go all the way in on, which they are. So I'm so excited. We had a blast. Lacey, Wes, Ellen Travolta, all of us, Steven, we just have such a good time together that it was so much fun. We basically we dial like that HOA, like Evergreen Lane dials up Christmas. We dial up Halloween, and I'm so excited for it. And I've heard from everyone that they're very happy with it, and it was a blast. It was a blast.
It was very fun. I'm ready for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day,
Right?
National Cookie Day.
I'm on board with
Sounds
all of
delicious.
that.
I love it so much. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
Consider subscribing if you like this video and get even more entertainment news at popcultureplanet.com. See ya!